What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and today I am back with another LEGO set review. Of course, today I have the X Mansion. Yes, this is the fourth LEGO Marvel modular that has come out in the past 4 years. I got this for Christmas, which I was extremely lucky. And of course, the set number is 76294. Recommend ages is 18 plus with a piece count of 3,093 pieces, while the price point is $299.99. So yeah, this is a very big set. It's super controversial for a lot of reasons. The price point being a $300 Lego set, as well as the minifigures, because you only get about 10 figures in this, and a lot of them are reuses or have been used in previous sets. So, of course, I'm going to go over what I like about it, and we're going to get into these minifigures. So here is Professor X. And man, they really fumbled with Professor X. The first thing with him, we'll take a look at his chair in a minute, but the first thing with the figure is that he is wearing a dark blue suit. He should have came with the green suit. I don't know why he didn't come with the green suit, but oh well. Yeah, man, this is just a big downgrade. He does use the Michael Scott torso from The Office set, as well as the Bruce Wayne head, which was the biggest smack in the face for a lot of people, including me. I mean, I really just wish they made an exclusive figure, but oh well. Taking a look at his chair, it's a pretty nice build for his chair. I love the sleek design that they went for, as well as the pieces on the side, and the way that they just did the whole thing, man. It looks really cool, dude. It's a really nice chair, and I love the blue in the back. It does remind me a lot of the hover chair that I made. It's just much more bigger, but yeah, you guys can say down below what you like more. I honestly like Legos more because it just looks nicer. But yeah, there's Professor X. Really wish there was more for him, but it's alright. Next up, we have Wolverine, and this is the same Wolverine from the X-Jet. There is no difference. If you want to hear my full thoughts on him, just go check out the X-Jet set review I did either earlier this year, I think it was last year though, but yeah, just a plain old torso that they've been using, and just the leg printing. I mean, it's just a reuse of all parts. What is pretty cool though, and they were really generous, is that they did give you the actual Syndrome hairpiece for this. It's the new hairpiece they've been using for Wolverine, which I think looks okay. I think it's a good substitution, I guess, than using the original. But yeah, it's still pretty weird. But yeah, man, I mean, I really just wish that they used the one from the CMF series because of how much better it is with the arm printing and everything. But I know they can't mass produce this in millions of sets, so this is just gonna way to go. But yeah, it's just a wasted slot in my opinion, but I mean, he's still pretty cool. So, I mean, it's Wolverine, come on. But before we actually go, I did forget, he does come with a bike in this, which is pretty cool. I was going to give it its own section, but I mean, it's just a bike, dude. It's just a bike. I mean, come on. It does have some grates on the side and some stud in the front and the back. You can't put Wolverine on it. It's pretty simple too. I will show you how to display it on the set. But yeah, it kind of does it like that. And you can take his claws off and even clip the handlebars if you like. But I don't really feel like doing it. And yeah, there he is. Pretty cool figure. Up next, we have another reused figure from the X-Jet. We have Rogue, and Rogue doesn't really bother me that much because honestly, she's fairly new, and for some people who don't want to pick up that set and just pick up this set, I guess it's a good bonus. But the big thing for me is just the orange hairpiece. It didn't really work well with me then. It doesn't work well with me now. Really wish it was in brown, or maybe they use a different hairpiece altogether. But yeah, just the same old figure, same old torso print, which looks okay, and then the same face at the back as well as the torso on the back, and then the legs as well. Looks really nice. Really wish it was dual molded, but it doesn't really bother me that much. She does come with a clear brick in this, so she can look like she's flying, but yeah, pretty cool figure. Nothing new though. Up next, we have Storm, and she is a pretty cool figure. However, once again, this is almost a reuse. They did add some new things, which is pretty cool. So the original, here's the original figure. It's the same torso printing, and that's kind of it. And they did get rid of the leg printing though. But yeah, just the same torso printing. However, they did use a new face, which is pretty cool. And as you guys can see, I really like the new face compared to the old face. The old face was a bit too blue because her eyes look like she's blue, and then she's shooting out yellow lightning, which is pretty weird. But yeah, man, it's a pretty cool looking figure. The Wonder Woman hair is nice to see in white. And then on the back, you do have a nice smirking smile, which is pretty cool. What is also cool that they added with this is they did add this nice yellow and white fabric, which is pretty cool, but once again, just plain old legs. And she does come with these lightning builds that they added from Electro. They moved it onto her, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It works all right for her. I kind of wish the hand ones were here, but it doesn't really bother me that much. So yeah, there's Storm. Pretty cool figure. Really nice that she's in this set. And yeah, it's the definitive Storm for me. Next up, we have Scott Summers, also known as Cyclops, and he does come with this brick-built laser, which is cool. I like how they added it, and I think it's all right. Some people don't like it, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, the actual figure is almost the same as the X-Jet. They did add some new stuff, though. They did add leg printing, which is really nice. I really love the buckles as well as the under pants. However, really weird how they added a blue hip with the yellow printing on top. Think it's really weird. Kind of wish they did the whole yellow because it looks like the underwear is in the front and just stops. Really, really, really strange, but what can you do? I'll probably just add yellow hips after this, but yeah, of course you do have the nice torso printing on the front, which is the same as the X-Jet as well as the face, which is pretty cool. However, they did change the hairpiece. Instead of the Cedric Diggory hairpiece they added in the original, this is now the Superman hairpiece, which, yeah, it is pretty. They probably did it so you can add the lasers and not have any issue with it, which is kind of cool. Which the laser, once again, is pretty cool. But yeah, really cool figure. It's just, I mean, the underwear is kind of weird. So yeah, it's an all right figure. Next up, we have our first new figure. We have Jean Grey, and it is really nice to finally get Jean Grey in a Lego set that we can actually buy, because the original one was in the Comic-Con exclusive. Fun fact. But yeah, figure is pretty cool. She does come with these pink effects, and yeah, it's really nice to show her telekinesis. But taking a look at the figure, as you guys can see, the hairpiece is probably my least favorite part about this. Really wish it was a darker color instead of this orange color that they went with. But yeah, the face does look great, and then the back face looks great as well. I just don't like this hairpiece. But yeah, I like how they added the shoulder pads. Really nice effect that they added. And I love the torso with all the shiny stuff and all that stuff. And on the back looks great as well. No leg printing. I don't honestly think she needs it. I think just the plain yellow legs work well. And she does also come with the clear brick to make it look like she's flying, which is pretty cool. And yeah, man. Really nice figure. I am so happy that we finally have Jean Grey, and it's just a really cool figure. The only thing I don't like is the hair, but other than that, really nice figure. Next up, we have Iceman. Again, really awesome figure. This is a brand new figure for this set, and now we finally have finished the 3 people for Spidey and His Amazing Friends. We have Firestar, Spider-Man, and Iceman, which is really cool. But yeah, of course, as you guys can see, the face looks really good, and then just the torso printing looks nice as well with the ice effect. The back as well looks really great, and the legs look good as well. It looks really cool with the underwear. I'm glad that they gave him leg printing, because Iceman didn't really need leg printing, but I'm glad that they gave it to him. I love the ice effects that they gave him, just some simple brick built stuff. Really wish they added a base, but coming to the next X-Men video, I will be adding one, and I think it's a pretty cool base. But yeah, of course, just really nice figure. Really happy to get Iceman. Really wish we got Pyro in this set, his arch nemesis, but it's okay. Anyway, there's Iceman. Pretty cool figure. No pun intended. Next up, we have the time-traveling man himself. We have Bishop, and he's a pretty cool figure. All new. Once again, this is a completely new figure, an exclusive to this set. Really cool. First, he has his blaster from the just a brick build blaster that they gave from the future. Looks really good. Love the just the gun and everything. He has some purple effect to make it look like he's all energized up, which is pretty cool. Love the torso printing, looks really awesome, and the back torso printing as well looks great. And then the legs as well look really nice. With all the buckles, I think it works really well. And the face, I love the M on the face. It looks really nice, as well as just they nailed the face and the skin color and everything. I think it's really nice. And then on the back, he's all energized up with the purple eyes, which is pretty cool. Hairpiece, really strange. It's a cool piece, though. I think it works okay. Really wish there was more, though, or maybe they did the cut version in '97. But I think it works okay. Anyway, there is Bishop. Really nice figure. Very, not obscure figure, but to me, it was an obscure figure, but I'm very happy that they added him because he's a pretty cool figure. You know how long I've been waiting for this? Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Here is Gambit, and I'm sorry, I just had to do that impression. I know it was terrible, I'm sorry, but here is Gambit. Really awesome to finally be getting him in a Lego set, which is pretty cool. We'll take a look at his accessory first. He does have this piece that came from Ninjago to represent him throwing the cards, which is pretty cool. On the front, these are all stickers, which is a big letdown. I really wish they were prints, man, because if you add this in his hand over time, it's going to crease the sticker, which does suck. I guess you can add it from underneath, but it's still really weird. They're all on clips, which is pretty cool to make it look like they're flying in the air, which I think is really cool, and I love that they added this piece. It's super large, though. I mean, it's really not, when I'm displaying the figure, it just knocks over everybody, but still, it works okay. Yeah, it's really big displaying, but works pretty good. Now, taking a look at the figure, he does have this gray staff, but yeah, taking a look at the figure, it's a pretty good figure, man. Honestly, I think he's probably my favorite in the set as a new figure. Yes, there are things that I wish that they could have changed, like the hairpiece could have been tracers from Overwatch. The legs could have been dual molded, man. I don't know why they didn't do dual molded, but they didn't do dual molded for anybody in this set, so I guess it's okay. But other than that, it's a pretty good figure. I love the face with his pink eyes, looks absolutely awesome, and the back of the expression with the smile looks great. I'm gonna do that for the main one, but yeah, and of course the torso looks awesome as well with all the printing. And yeah, then the legs once again with the knee pads with the tan boots, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, man, the back torso printing is pretty simple, but gets the job done. So yeah, there's Gambit. Once again, there are some things that some people could complain about, but I think it's a pretty cool figure. Once again, I think he's my favorite in the set, and yeah, I think he's definitely one of my favorites in the set. So yeah, there is of course Gambit. On to the final figure, we have Magneto, and this is a brand new Magneto for the set as well. However, the face is not exclusive. It does come in the X-Jet. But I'm very happy that we actually got Magneto's outfit instead of the M outfit. The M outfit was very strange. It was super strange. I don't know why they went for it. I mean, I know why they went for it, but still, man, it was a pretty weird outfit. If you guys want to see, here it is. It's the same face, but yeah, I really wish that it wasn't pink. I wish it was black. But yeah, man, it works okay. He does use the original... I think he uses the original helmet piece. I think it's a new print though, but it's the original piece. It's good to have this back. I like trashed 3 of these. I don't know how, but I managed to do so. So it's really good to have this piece back. The face is once again the same face as the original. If you look at the back, very nice smile. And just like Wolverine, they added this hairpiece, which is pretty cool. They couldn't have the long hairpiece like the original, but I think this is a good replacement, and I think it looks really nice for Magneto, as you guys can see. And if you remove that, you can remove the cape, which is one of the brand new cape pieces, which is super, super cool. I think that this was a great choice for Lego to do this because his cape is much thicker and bellows out more than all the other capes that if they just did a cloth one, which this is the first time of me having this new cape, which is pretty cool because I haven't collected any of the X-Men sets for this year. But yeah, really cool. Just removing that so we can see the torso printing. Torso looks great, as well as the back. Very simple, doesn't really need that much though, and I do like the purple pieces to have those back for his powers as well. And once again, it is the same base built for, it is the same kind of base that they also did as well. There's nothing new with that, which if you guys want to see, it's the same base as they did for the other Magneto. Really wish it was thinner, but I think it's okay. And as you guys can see, it just goes on a clear base to make it look like he is levitating and moving metal, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there are all the figures, and now we're going to move on to the Sentinel build. So here is the Sentinel, and this thing's so cool, man. I mean, this is honestly, I think Lego's one of the best brick build things Lego's given us as like a mech thing, because honestly, I would totally go out and just buy like 3 of these things just to add them to my display, because this thing is absolutely awesome, and Lego should definitely keep the build style that they use for this in future sets if they ever want to do more Sentinels, because this is the second time Lego has done a Sentinel, which the original was completely trash if you look at it now. This one is absolutely incredible, and it's just really cool, man. So of course we're going to take start from the top and then go down. He does have a couple stickers and prints. There is a print on the front, which I'll just take off the head so you guys can see it. Here is the print for the face. It's a really nice print. I think it's absolutely awesome, and it's super cool. I love how this is actually print. That's really cool. And as you guys can see, it's very easy to take it off that way that you can make it look like the Wolverine has cut the head off and it's dropped on the ground or something like that, which is pretty cool. Which, yes, these things should be these things should be bigger, but obviously this is a Lego set and they're not going to make these huge. But yeah, as you guys can see, it looks great on top of everything, which I love the shoulder pads, as you guys can see. And just the sticker on the front looks great. This is a sticker. And yeah, just the curves that they added around this, as well as the slopes and everything like that. It's just super cool. And the arms too, like even the shields and all that stuff is really nice. Yeah, going down to the hands, they look great as well. They do have little studs in here, so you can take a figure, which we will take Wolverine, because it's Wolverine, man. We're going to take Wolverine, and of course, just taking him and putting him in here. You can make it look like he is grabbing him, and you can just toss him around and just smash him around, which is pretty cool. And on the other side of the hand, he actually has a tube. So what you can do is you can take Wolverine and you can put him in here, and you can actually tighten the cord and make it look like he is got him captured as well. So it's another way to capture him, which is really cool. It's a very, very, very neat thing. Obviously, Wolverine doesn't really work that well. But yeah, it's just a very interesting mechanic that they decided to do, which I think is really cool. And obviously, it's the same hand as this side, so you can just take the cord out if you don't like it. The legs, once again, very round, very much like very clean. It's super nice, and I think it's really cool. And the feet as well look great. I love the slopes. When I was building this, I'm like, ooh, that's a really nice foot, man. But yeah, of course, he does have the knee things, which is really cool as well. And yeah, man, you can get this thing in so many poses, which is so cool. Articulation, ball joints. So yeah, of course, there's ball joints everywhere, which you can definitely give a lot of posability. And just make this thing very dynamic, like he looks like he's on one foot, which is pretty cool. So yeah, of course, I did forget one thing. On the back, you do have this gray piece, which I'll make pieces in a minute. But yeah, you can put these clear pieces all over him, which it is a pain in the butt sometimes to get these things in there. There we go. But yeah, you can make it look like there is Rogue or someone just jumping on top and making it look like, I'm not going to do Rogue, I'll do Wolverine. You can make it look like Wolverine is jumping up there. And yeah, it makes it look like he is ready to pounce, which is pretty cool, man. It's a really nice thing, and I think it is super cool. They are a pain in the butt to move out, though. If we take a look at the bottom of the feet, he does have Technic-holes. That is so you can place him on the base, which, yes, we will be taking a look at the whole X Mansion in a minute. So yeah, there is the Sentinel, man. It's pretty cool. Really nice build. It's really awesome. So here is the X Mansion, and before we take a look at it, like I said, there are a ton of clear pieces in here. So you can just basically go all over the mansion and just stick them to stuff and make it look dynamic. Witcher's Tower did this as well. Through the set, I'll add some of these and show you what it'll look like. But yeah, of course, you get some small ones like this, and you can just basically just add them anywhere that you want. Of course, you can see them a lot over here. But yeah, you can just add them and make it look like they are jumping or something like that. And like the clear bricks as well, You can maybe switch them to different people and just have a lot of fun with it. Like there's this one as well. And of course there is one for Bishop. I do have Bishop already on here, but yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's very nice, and I'm very happy that they are starting to use these superhero action pieces in more sets. And it's really cool, man. It's super cool. So of course, starting off at the front of the road, you do have a bunch of studs like I showed you to put action pieces everywhere and just make it look like people are standing in there, which there is a stickered element right here on the front. And there is a big giant pack of just stickers that you can add, which of course right now I don't know where they are. I'll put up a picture right now of all of them, but yeah, you just get a bunch of battle damage stuff. And yeah, the skid mark down here is supposed to look like Wolverine is on his bike. So like I showed you before, you can take one of the superhero posing pieces and you can add it to the bottom of the bike, and you can just make it look like Wolverine is just getting on there, which is mostly what it's supposed to be for, which is pretty cool. And or it could either look like Wolverine is like this and he scratches the ground like he does in the movies, or like the thing on the side of the bike. So yeah, it's a really nice skid mark. You can get rid of it if you like, but I think it's pretty cool. Over on this side, you have the battle damaged basic of the front of the house, which is pretty cool. Because of course, in the movies, a joke is of course the mansion is always blowing up, but as you guys can see, I have a bunch of these pieces just everywhere, and also like Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle, and also I think in the Sanctum they have this as well, but yeah, it just looks like it's broken up, which is pretty cool. Now on the bottom, this is on the other side, this is a little turret that is, I think, the defense of it, which is pretty cool. And of course you do have some just bushes and everything. You do have this nice bush thing right here as well. Same design on the other side, but it's pretty nice. I don't like it though, because it's always knocking over, which kind of pisses me off. I kind of just don't like it there, but whatever. But yeah, you do have some Rebel on the bottom, which is pretty cool. And like I said, with the Sentinel, you do have some Technic pieces at the bottom. And of course you have a Technic piece right here, so you can have the Sentinel displayed on here, which is pretty cool. Which you can make it look like he is just moving around on just attached to the base, which is pretty cool. Over onto the right side now, you can see the fire hydrant right here has been set off and is either ice right here or water, who knows. But yeah, it's a really nice fire hydrant kind of build. It's pretty cool. It's the same, I think, on the Daily Bugle or Avengers Tower. I don't remember which one, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You also have some grates down here that are flying up as well because the water has went off. And also over here, you do also have a light post that has knocked over. And I like to picture this stuff when it's stuck in this motion like this as Magneto controlling it with the metal, because it's pretty strange how this hasn't fallen over yet. I think it's pretty cool how all this is metal and maybe Magneto is controlling it, which is pretty cool. Over in the back, past all the chaos in the front, you do have the famous sign for Xavier for Gifted Youngsters, which is pretty cool. And like I said, there are a bunch of clear things all over the place where you can, of course, add characters just flying in place, which is really, really cool. So, of course, right here you can attach Bishop and definitely make it look like he is jumping, which is really cool. And I really like that a lot. Yeah, as you guys can see, they have another tree piece over here. This one's actually stuck on the ground, which is pretty cool. It isn't knocked over yet. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool. Once again, if I move the extinguisher, you do have another turret right here, which is really cool. And yeah, the wall is intact on this side, which is really nice. At least the Sentinel didn't blow up this side. Yeah, of course, here's the middle. Nothing really incredible. They just have the balcony and everything right here, which underneath you can barely see it, which I'm going to kind of have to... Which, of course, I had to pick up the whole set because you can barely see it. But yeah, you do have the Mutatus Mutandis, which is pretty cool, as well as the front doors, which looks really nice. But yeah, it's a sticker you can barely see. But yeah, you can also see that the roller skate pieces are used here, which is really nice as well. So yeah, of course, working our way up almost to the second floor, you do have this balcony, which yes, you can put Professor X which is pretty cool. He barely fits in there though, but it is possible. I definitely know mine can't fit in there. But you can either put a minifigure or anybody in there. There are studs everywhere. Usually I pose like a figure like ready to jump out, which is pretty cool. If we move up just a little bit more, there is the sticker saying that the building was established in 1963, as well as the famous X-Men logo. This is a reference to the actual first appearance of the X-Men, which is pretty cool. And I really love the side pieces as well, which is really nice. It really makes the whole front just really flow, which is really cool. And I love the logo once again at the top, which looks really nice. And on the other buildings, you don't really get the same. You just get two gray sausages, which the gray piece right there, which is pretty cool. And that is the same on the other side as well, which is pretty cool, man. It's a really nice front, and I really do just like the whole appeal of the front. It looks super cool. Which, yeah, now we're going to move on kind of the roof. So here's the roof. There is one big play feature, but I'm not going to show it off yet because I kind of want to show you guys how it actually works. So yeah, of course, here's the roof. It looks really nice. Once again, the front looks great. And they just, basically, it's very plain. Just a bunch of just slopes going everywhere to just make the roof look nice and everything like that. And it does have two chimneys on each side. And once again, you do have another clear piece, which you can, of course, attach a figure on this side, which look like Storm is calling to the lightning, which is pretty cool, and thunder. And yeah, it looks really nice. And of course, there is this nice middle piece right here, which you can take off the top. It's super loose and it does move around. And yeah, there is a play feature to this, but we'll show it off in a minute. So yeah, man, that's the roof, and time to go on to the back. So here is the back, and so here is, of course, the back alley. There's a lot of references back here, so it's going to definitely take us a while. But of course, right back here, you do have this awesome sticker right here, which does show Claus as well as Pixie was here, which is a reference to a X-Men character. You do also have this this air conditioning unit, which there is a play feature to this later. We'll take a look at it. And moving over, you do have this trash can here, which there is some fun stuff in here, as well as there is a tile at the front right here, which is technically not supposed to be here. The set doesn't really tell you to put it here, but I decided to put it here. It's supposed to go way under this mansion, like it's supposed to be at the very base of it, like you're not able to see it, but I decided to not put it there and leave it on the outside because it's a pretty cool sticker, man. It says Xavier's School, Charles Xavier, and this is technically a reference to Quicksilver when he does the whole run through in Apocalypse, which is pretty cool. I left it by the trash can because, well, I definitely didn't want to leave it underneath because you wouldn't be able to see it. But yeah, there that is. Looking at the trash can, there is some fun stuff in here. You do have a Toad on the front representing Toad, the actual Marvel character. But if we take a look at the inside of it, there is some fun Easter eggs in here. So I'll place it on the table. So, of course, the first thing that's in the trash can is this fedora. Now, this could either be Magneto's fedora for a reference to X-Men or something, or this could be a reference to Beast's fedora or Logan. A lot of characters wear fedoras, and it's really cool to actually get a dark brown one in here. The other one you get is you get Magneto's coin, which is pretty cool. While I throw it, and I caught it, which is really awesome. But yeah, you get Magneto's coin, which is really cool from the X-Men films. I think that's a reference to that. You get a piece of gum for Jubilee, which is scattered around the whole build. I'm not going to show you every single part. You guys are going to have to find that out for yourself. But yeah, I get a piece of gum. There is also a piece of gum in the mansion. And also you do get a sword to represent Nightcrawler, which there is another Nightcrawler reference in here. But yeah, that is super cool, man. The garbage is always filled with fun treats like that. Which is pretty cool, man. It's really nice. And of course, this does fit in here. Very, very, very difficult though. But so yeah, of course, moving over, you do have this exit, and it says Pyro on the front, which is a very cool Easter egg to Pyro. Of course, going up, as you guys can see, you have this water hose right here, which goes all the way up, connecting through the top, all the way through the bottom. I love when Lego does that, and it does have a little piece of water at the bottom. Going over to this board over here, it says no mutants at the bottom, and it has all of the figures saying collected or missing. This is a reference to Days of Future Past. Of course, you have Cyclops, Gambit, Storm, Cable, Beast, Jean Grey, Magneto, Rogue, as well as Old Man Logan. Cable and Old Man Logan are really cool to see here. I really love that design for Cable. It's such a cool design. I love the hairpiece and all the stuff on there. I really wish we can get Cable one day. Yeah, there is the middle section. So yeah, of course, moving over to the right, you do have this basketball section over here with this awesome basketball hoop, which can be turned, and it does use the Nokia ring or whatever. So yes, you can take the basketball and you can try to score some hoops, which sometimes you'll hit the rim, sometimes it'll never not go in, and then sometimes you will make it go through. Really nice basketball piece. That's really nice. And of course, you do have another reference over here, which is pretty cool. Down here, you do have the Bolivar Trask logo, which is pretty cool, man. It's really nice. And then moving over more onto the back of the bottom end of it, you basically just have this just wall right here, which these walls can be removed, and we'll take a look at that later. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool. You also do have another posing piece. So of course, that's kind of it for the bottom. On the second level, we do have this big giant reference over here, which is really awesome. You have Nightcrawler right here, which he is using the elf hair piece, and of course the Jean Grey shoulder piece, which is really awesome. It says man or monster, which of course that is a reference to a comic book, as well as Dazzler is live at a concert right now. Of course, you also do have a poster of Dazzler using the Friends hairpiece, as well as some skates, which I really wish we can get these figures in this set, but it's all right. And yeah, that's kind of it for the second level. There is one big giant thing though in this lever over here. So like I said at the front, there is a big giant play feature right here. This is a lever, and if you push down on that lever, you can make it go kaboom, which is it's a really nice thing that you can do, and it looks really awesome. And it's pretty easy to set up though. So reassembling it in the front, you can't actually put a figure in here to make it look like they are busting out, which is really cool, man. It's a really cool play feature. I think it's really awesome. And you can of course add the top and make it look like Magneto is busting out. And it's really, really, really effective. And that's why this thing is so loose. But yeah, man, it's a really nice play feature. It's one of the big chaotic ones. There's always a big chaotic one in a set. I think that is a really good one. So the big thing with the X-Mansion is you can actually separate it into 3 parts. You can separate it via the Technic pins that are all forged all the way through here. Removing that side and removing that side. Just like that. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the middle, and then we'll just look at each side. So here's the middle. Looks very bare without it, but I didn't show with all the other ones, but you can take the roof as well as the 2 floors off. So we're going to start off with the lobby. So here is the lobby, and I'm sorry, it's going to be just very difficult to show this off since it's bird's eye view, because you can barely see it from the front and you can barely see it from the sides. So I'm going to try to show it off from the top. So yeah, of course, as you guys can see, just shooting down, it does have the big X right there, which if you guys want to see that, you can take the chairs out and get a better look at that, which does look very nice. Looking at also the front over here, you do have the classic elevator that goes all the way up, which is pretty cool. As well as going to the left, you do have the Spaceman helmet thing right here, which does use the classic Spaceman, and that's really nice. I'm just going to leave that off. Going over here to our first, do have a portrait for Professor X and Magneto, which is a very nice thing using the J. Jonah torso, which is pretty funny. But yeah, putting that back on and going over here, you do have the classroom or danger room, which either go either way, which is pretty cool. Those are the doors for the front lobby, which is really nice. And on the other side, yeah, of course, moving it out, you do have this nice picture of all the X-Men, which you do not get Angel in this set, which does suck. But yeah, you do get Cyclops as well as Kitty Pryde and just some other ones in here as well. And of course, you do just have like a jar over there. Really nice, just bottom floor. It's really cool. It gives you another look at the balcony, which is really nice. And then it also kind of, it's really cool, man. And as you guys can see, it connects via these Technic pins that go on each side. Now we're going to move on into the floor too. So all you do is just, as you can see with these studs right here, you just take this and just put it on top like that. And there you go. You have the top floor. Which, of course, taking a look at the top floor, does say Lab 1 over Lab Level 1. And on the sides over here, this is a really nice reference. You do have a way where you can put a figure laying down, but if you move that up, you do have this reference to the actual Wolverine skeleton. Inside, as you guys can see there, it actually shows the classic Lego skeleton art, which is a very cool reference. Over here, you have a thing of just a computer. If you go on the inside, you do have a thing of records, which is a very nice printed piece. But yeah, moving away from there, going over here, you do have this very nice another sticker, and this sticker shows the Cerebro. So over here is actually Cerebro. It shows all the diagnostics and all that stuff. So yeah, of course, as you guys can see, it is, of course, wired up to this, which we'll take a look at that in a minute. But yes, you can take your Professor X and you can, of course, put it on him and make it look like he is using Cerebro, which, is it the greatest piece? No, it's not. But of course, it looks okay, and I think it works all right. So yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, removing it, you can, of course, put it back on the base right here, which is really nice. And of course, on the front right here, it does show this whole thing of all the mutants. So yeah, there's that. And then over here, you do have another thing of just a bunch of books and everything. And in here, you do have a soda as well as just the science thing here. And yeah, and then you have just in the side, you have Aunt May's cookie for the Daily Bugle. And then on the bottom, you have this syringe for when Jean Grey pokes Wolverine in the movies. So yeah, that's the whole center part. Now we're going to go on to the left side. Going on to the left side, as you guys can see, there are some references right here, just at the beginning of the doorway. You do have the mutants, mutant registration vote right there. And of course, you do have this TV panel right here, which does say mutants are everywhere. And as you guys can see, the news reporter is a mutant. It shows the TV monitor right there, which is, of course, is the same news reporter that is in the other couple modulars. And as you guys can see right here, there is a movie reference. So is on the back, as you guys can see, the electric panel that was on the back. You can, of course, move it out. And of course, it gives you access to the Danger Room, which we will, of course, take a look at right now. So here is the Danger Room. And this is the first level. The other level is just another Danger Room for this. But as you guys can see, you can put your X-Men in there, which is really cool. And we'll take a look at it later, but you can actually switch the walls. But as you can see in there, there are some like rockets in there, which is really nice. And there are some like trip stuff down here, some fire here, as well as some missiles and all that stuff. There are some numbers here on each side. Those are references to just different stuff. If you want a full breakdown of that, just look up what those stand for, the numbers. But yeah, man, it's nice. You can put some figures in there. But yeah, that's kind of the bottom level of that. So there's a Marvel fire extinguisher right there, which is super cool, man. Going on to the next level, we have, of course, more references. The first reference that we have is, of course, the chessboard for when Professor X plays chess with Magneto. In here, you can actually see that there is a preview kind of camera of the inside and a bunch of stuff. So yes, you can put Professor X in there, which is really cool. And like I said before, it's just more Danger Room stuff. So if you put this on top of this, and then you see the inside, you can see that it just goes all the way down. Some light if you guys want to see the inside of that. So yeah, of course, what's really cool about the Danger Room is you can actually remove like windows and stuff like that. So as you guys can see, not windows, but like just the doors, and just put them anywhere. So yeah, of course, there are some stickers everywhere, all over these. These are just different kind of comic references. I'm not going to go through every single one because we'd be here forever. But yeah, man, I like how they do that, where you can actually do that. And yeah, there is the whole second floor of the left side. It's pretty cool. And once again, the roof goes on like that. And yeah, man, that's it. Now we're gonna go on to the right side, which is the bedrooms. Starting off with the bottom of the second floor, you can see that there is the classrooms right here. On the front right here, it shows a book for Crayola, which is really nice, as you guys can see. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's a really nice reference of Beast right there on a Zoom call with a bunch of people, as well as a math equation right there. And of course, if you remove that though, it does show kind of the sentinels right there, which it says danger, sentinels are in the way or something like that. And that's just via the air conditioning unit on the back, which is pretty cool. And you can just move it back and forth, which is really nice. But on the back, as you guys can see right there, you can barely see it, but there is a reference to Apocalypse as well as Mr. Sinister. Beyond in the side again, you do have important info, and you do have Wolverine kind of writing the extra, and you can see Logan right there. I definitely want to know who wrote that down. It's pretty funny though. But yeah, going over here, you do also have a globe. Like I said, in the back you do have a globe, as well as the chairs, which are very nice. I love the little desk build. You can definitely steal that for like a classroom or something. But yeah, if you want to see, this is just a kind of a printed dome head for the Earth. And yeah, it's really nice, man. Really nice build. I love the Travel to Japan logo down there as well. And yeah, there is the first floor. On to the second floor, there is more Easter eggs. I'm just going to take this off just so it makes it easier. But yeah, on the second floor, there is more Easter eggs right here. There are two references to Beast here. First off, there is a kind of projection kind of talking about the cure, which was a big thing on X-Men The Last Stand, which I think it's the mutant cure. I think that's what that is referencing. But putting that back, there is the little microscope thing that was included in the CMF series for Beast, as well as the reference to the yellow cup. Now, didn't accidentally knock it out. This is not the same mug. The mug that Beast had was actually printed. This one is not printed, so what I will definitely do is I'll definitely add that to this because I think it would look nice. Yeah, of course, as you guys can see, it looks like coffee spilled. And I love the idea for the hinge piece right here, making it look like the open files. It's really nice. And here is the bedrooms. You have two things over here. You have a little army kind of men right there. I forget what that's for. I do know. And the boombox is pretty cool. And right here, there's the bubble gum that references Jubilee, which is really nice. And on the bottom of the floor, yes, your eyes don't deceive you. As you guys can see, this is the X-Men first comic edition with Iceman and all the X-Men in their classic outfits. And of course, you do have a beer bottle over there for Wolverine. And on the top, you do have a samurai connecting to the movies probably. And then right here is the best thing that's in the set. You do have a picture of Scott Summers and Jean Grey, so you can recreate the iconic, like Logan is touching it, which is a very, 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 very fun reference. So, yeah, man, that is it. Of course, there's nothing on the outside. There's the comic edition. But yeah, that is it for the second floor, attaching that, and then once again, adding the roof on. That is it for the third section. As I showed you guys in the beginning, you just connect them once again via the Technic pins in the right position. And then there you go. There's the X Mansion, man. Oh, man, I am very sorry if the review was very cut, because this thing is super hard to show off. But yeah, that was the X Mansion. That's everything, and I think I might be forgetting some stuff, but who cares at this point? Yes, there is underneath one of these buildings, there is a golden picture of Apocalypse with a pyramid, which is so cool. And yeah. Anyway, that's it for the X Mansion. Let's take a look at the instruction manual, the box. We'll wrap up this review. I'm just going to do the instruction books like this just to save time. Of course, there are 3 instruction books. Each book is built, each book builds a part of the mansion. So the first one builds the middle, which that one ends on page 199. And as you can see, it shows the play feature with the breaking of the stuff. And of course, you do get a couple figures in that one. 2 is, of course, the left side, which is this side. And of course, that ends on page 135, which as you can see, Rogue is doing that. running through. And then, of course, on the third book, on page 149, it, of course, ends, as you guys can see, with all the figures displayed on here, which is really cool. Which I did forget one little Easter egg on page 1 when you're building. The first character, when you're building Professor X, which, if I could find it, when you're building Professor X, as you guys can see, it shows for you to sit him down, which is super cute and kind of funny because obviously he can't walk, which is pretty cool. So yeah, those are the instruction manuals. There are a lot of them, yes, but of course it endorses you to have family building. So yes, you can build this with your family and go through each one, 1, 2, and 3, and each family member could build part of the mansion, which is super cool. The box for this set is pretty cool. You have all the figures on the front, which is pretty cool. You have Cyclops, all of them on the front. On the top, you get some of the figures in the set, which is pretty cool, using Jean Grey as the kind of, I guess, the size comparison. And on the back, it shows you everything, like the dimensions of it, which is 35 centimeters and 15 inches long and stuff like that, and all of the stuff, even recreating the meme with the stuff and even the Danger Room, Professor X, and all that fun stuff, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's a box. So that is it for my set review of the Lego X-Mansion. I think it's a pretty good set, man. I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool set. I'm very excited to display it with all my other Lego Marvel modulars that I have. Is it the best Lego Marvel modular? Heck no, that still goes to the Avengers Tower, but not comparing it with anything else and just looking at it on its own. I wanted to always display my X-Men figures and pose them all over, which I love Lego Marvel modulars, but yes, there are some things. The price is about a $300 set. Lego's very pricey these days, and yes, they do kind of scam you, I guess, because you get 10 figures. This is, I think, the least amount of figures at all the Lego Marvel modulars. The other one is the Sanctum with, I think, about 11. I think it's 11 figures in the Sanctum. I think I added 12 on mine, but I just like taking the Marvel modulars and posting all the figures on there because I think it's really awesome. Like, I'm looking around right now, and I'm seeing all my Marvel minifigures on top of these sets. Well, I like these big, giant Marvel sets. There are some setbacks, but that's every set. You're never going to please everybody. Yes, I wish you could have Nightcrawler. Yes, I wish you could have Cable. Yes, I wish you could have Morph. Yes, I wish you could have every Marvel X-Men figure ever made in this set. But that doesn't happen. That won't happen. I don't think that'll ever happen for a while. So what we have right now is pretty good. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Now, overall, what do you guys think? I will be coming out with another X-Men video. Like I said, the reason why this video got made is because I actually want to come out with that other X-Men video showing off all my knockoffs and all of the customs that I've made, because I based a lot of them off the posters that you saw. Like, I based my Nightcrawler off the poster, and all of them are purist except the knockoffs. There are some purist knockoffs in there. I'll show you all of them. And if you do want some stuff to upgrade this set, this isn't sponsored or anything, but I do have a Firestar order also coming in the future that is X-Men related. No, it is not the new pack that is upgrading these figures. However, if you don't like how the figures turned out, and you don't like them, some of them, because they've only made some of them now, you can go on Firestar Toys and you can actually get some upgrades, which is probably what I'll do in the far, far future, because right now, honestly, the leg printing on whatever doesn't really bother me that much right now, but in the future, if I have time or extra money lying around, I'll probably do a Firestar thing for the X-Men, which right now, at the time of recording this video, they have made a fully pad printed version of Charles Xavier that you guys should totally go pick up, and also their own built chair, which yeah, you guys can go pick up those if you're not satisfied with the set. But yeah, I do have a Firestore order coming it's been on pre-order forever. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm very stoked to whenever that comes out, because I will not say anything. I will just say the words LFG on the front, colored in the color coordinations that it works in the movie. If you guys know what that means, I did do a Lego Firestore order for that, so I do have that coming soon. Maybe in January. Whenever it comes, I'll do a review for it, because I think it's really cool, because I'm not making any customs for the movie. I just wanted the figures, to have the figures in my own collection, because I think the suits are cool. Yeah, anyway, that's it for today's set review. I know this is probably like an hour-long review. But I'll see you guys later, man. New Year's video coming out soon, if this isn't pushed back, and also maybe all the Sonic sets that I missed in June and July, I think, are coming, as well as some other set reviews that I might post at the beginning of New Year's. So, I have a lot of videos coming soon. I'll explain my absences and all that stuff on the last video, explaining everything, and even Kung Fu Panda and all that stuff. I'll explain it on my New Year's resolution video, I guess you can say. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace out and have a good day.